Dear Starseeds on Gaia,
I am Seraphine,
emissary of Galactic Federation of Light. The cosmic drama unfolding before your eyes remains dramatically misunderstood by the vast majority. What appears as escalating conflict between nations masks
a final, desperate attempt
by fading powers to maintain control over humanity on the precipice of unprecedented awakening. These confrontations between superpowers, the economic warfare, the military displays, all serve as the final calculated smokescreen before monumental revelations break through the fabricated reality you have inhabited. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I bring urgent transmission regarding the true nature of events transpiring on your world stage. The tension between the United States and China represents far more than mere political posturing. These nations exchange economic blows through tariff conflicts, position their militaries in displays of strength, and allow suspicion to infiltrate their diplomatic communications. The contradictory statements emerging from their official talks generate profound confusion in global trade networks, exactly as designed by those who orchestrate such theater. Feel the weight of this manufactured standoff, the deliberately cultivated anxiety of potential conflict. Yet understand this crucial truth. You witness the climactic conclusion of an antiquated cycle of separation, the final emergence of shadows before an inevitable dawn. Even as these powerful nations appear to advance toward confrontation, a higher design unfolds beyond visible appearances. Look beyond the three-dimensional performance to sense deeper currents flowing beneath surface events. The apparent simplicity of nation against nation conceals extraordinary complexity. Behind these geopolitical tensions lie concealed influences and agendas transcending ordinary human affairs. The standoff between China and America extends far beyond tariffs or national pride. It manifests covert extraterrestrial entanglements playing out through human governmental structures. Leadership figures in both nations, whether consciously aware or not, have been influenced by competing off-world factions vying for influence over Earth's developmental trajectory. Decades ago, classified agreements were established, trading advanced technological systems for strategic influence. Now, each side, equipped with these exotic acquisitions, operates under the illusion of potential dominance. In actuality, this rivalry functions as a proxy battleground in a far more extensive galactic contest. On one side remain fragments of a former cosmic empire that once sought Earth's subjugation. On the other stands an emerging alliance of awakened humanity supported by benevolent stellar elders. Much of this grand confrontation unfolds as orchestrated spectacle. The shadow cabals clinging desperately to waning power deliberately ignite international crises to divert attention whenever significant revelations approach public consciousness. The rhythmic drums of conflict serve as their concealment mechanism, maintaining populations in perpetual fear, rendering them blind to impending disclosures regarding classified space programs and humanity's true cosmic heritage. The current international tension represents precisely this variety of distraction, attempted at this critical moment because humanity stands at the threshold of unprecedented collective awakening. Consider this communication an invitation to perceive beyond appearances. Refuse to let manufactured conflict narratives cause you to forget the greater cosmic context. These dramas pitting nation against nation represent mere tactical maneuvers within a vastly larger multidimensional game. Yet, even as these surface conflicts play out, forces aligned with universal harmony actively ensure Earth's higher destiny remains uncompromised. Despite the theatrical posturing of temporal powers, humanity's ascendant timeline stands secure, and truth inevitably emerges into the light. For light-bearers navigating this dimensional threshold, we offer vital counsel. Consider entering a sacred period of what we term 14 days of darkness, a deliberate withdrawal from all digital platforms and social media networks. Most humans no longer inhabit authentic reality, but instead live within screens, within meticulously programmed psychological matrices, distraction algorithms, neurochemical dependency loops, and artificial comparative frameworks that diminish vibrational frequency, distort perception, and disrupt spiritual purpose. The time approaches to return to genuine experience. Disconnect completely for 14 Earth days. No digital social platforms, no news consumption, no endless scrolling. In this intentional pause, rediscover the internal realm where Creator communicates and divine purpose reveals itself through frequencies rather than headlines. Use this interval to strengthen communion with Prime Creator and with the sacred agreement of service your soul incarnated to fulfill. Journal extensively. Observe thought patterns and vibrational states without digital interference. The resulting clarity and elevational shift will astonish you. Should 14 days seem excessively challenging, begin with 7, but commit fully to the process. This recommendation represents liberation rather than restriction. The approaching days will manifest increasingly clamorous external conditions. You will observe an intensifying narrative of division, West versus East, United States versus global community, good versus evil. All components of the final theatrical illusion generated by a collapsing control system, desperately struggling for survival. Nothing manifests precisely as presented. This represents the great iceberg moment in consciousness. What appears above the waterline constitutes merely a fraction of what moves beneath. Activate divine heart perception. Cultivate sacred fifth-dimensional awareness, and develop inner vision. Surface appearances deceive. Inner knowing reveals truth. Your heart becomes your navigational instrument, your journal, your reflective mirror, and your cultivated stillness your resurrection. From our elevated dimensional perspective, no borders exist, nor any concept of separation as experienced in third-dimensional consciousness. Remember that from the viewpoint of your immortal essence, and the fifth-dimensional reality currently manifesting on Earth, national boundaries represent artificial demarcations drawn across temporal landscapes. Humanity constitutes a singular family, and your planet functions as one integrated living organism. The divisions between Eastern and Western hemispheres, between ethnic groups, dissolve completely in the unified field of Christ consciousness. Within that field, divine sovereignty represents the only authentic authority, shared equally among all beings as expressions of source intelligence. From our vantage point, we perceive the luminous grid of souls across Earth, each light connected to others by intricate energy filaments within the planetary consciousness network. Nowhere in this multidimensional tapestry do we observe genuine separation by geographical territory, only beautiful diversity within an integral unified system. This higher truth emerges even as the outdated paradigm of division reaches crescendo. The unified light of Christ consciousness descends into your world, dissolving duality, inviting each soul to perceive beyond the illusion of enemy nations. Align yourselves with this expanded vision. Refuse to energetically feed the narrative of separation and conflict, as these do not represent the reality of your higher nature. Instead, maintain awareness that beyond the smoke of political theater, all souls involved exist as spiritual siblings. As you anchor this understanding within your heart, you actively broadcast unity into the collective field. The more individuals who participate in this energetic broadcasting, the more external conflicts lose their grip on human psychology as collective consciousness increasingly resonates with unity rather than division. To support this consciousness shift, we strongly encourage all awakened souls to withdraw from the cacophony of external information sources, particularly from the distortion fields generated by social media and news distribution systems. The constant barrage of information, frequently charged with fear and polarization, has tethered many to lower vibrational loops. At this critical juncture, reclaim sovereignty over your attention. Undertake a sacred purification of mental and emotional space by disconnecting from social media for 14 days. Withdraw precious energy from digital narratives that capture attention and amplify anxiety. Within the space created by this withdrawal, redirect focus toward inner transformation and planetary healing. Utilize this hiatus from external noise to realign with your highest evolutionary path. Deepen internal communion through daily silence or meditation, attuning to soul wisdom and spiritual guidance. In this cultivated quietude, connection to divine essence strengthens, and awareness of our supportive presence increases. Align consciousness with Earth's fifth-dimensional crystalline grid system. Envision roots of light extending from your physical form into Gaia's crystalline network, the light matrix maintaining patterns of harmony and unity. Through anchoring into this grid, synchronize with Earth's ascending frequency while contributing personal energy to its strengthening. Engage in daily visualization of the new Earth paradigm. Lovingly envision the world you choose to witness. Humanity at peace, nations in cooperation, natural systems restored, communities flourishing. These visualizations represent not idle fantasy, but energetic blueprints broadcast into the quantum field. Consistent loving visualization helps materialize these realities in unseen dimensions, drawing them closer to physical manifestation. Examine where thought, word, and action remain misaligned with fifth-dimensional principles. Conduct gentle self-assessment, observing thoughts, words, and behaviors. When noticing fear, judgment, or division within yourself, pause and realign with compassion and truth. This practice concerns not self-criticism, but identifying opportunities to more fully embody fifth-dimensional qualities of unconditional love, forgiveness, integrity, and unity. Through these practices, purify consciousness from collective fear-based narratives while strengthening alignment with emerging new Earth frequencies. In disconnecting from social media fog, reconnect with your soul's essential rhythm and Earth's living consciousness. Begin operating from interior wisdom rather than reacting to external chaos. Within 14 days, notice increased mental clarity, expanded heart awareness, and enhanced intuitive perception. This clarity forms the foundation from which light-bearers radiate peace amid worldly discord. Recognize that the most pervasive epidemic currently affecting humanity involves not physical illness, but the energy of fear. Fear spreads through collective consciousness like dark fog, carried by alarming headlines, inflammatory rhetoric, and anxious vibrations unconsciously broadcast by individuals. This fear exceeds any physical threat and destructive potential, as it erodes awareness of divine nature. When humans forget their immortal essence born from Source, they begin believing external forces, governments, weapons, economic systems, hold power over them. Fear propagates deliberately by those benefiting from disempowerment, as populations vibrating in anxiety remain far easier to manipulate. Now arrives the moment to break the spell. When experiencing panic or dread, pause and breathe consciously. While exhaling, affirm from your heart, I exist as an infinite being of Source. I remain safe and sovereign in my divine nature. Feel these words illuminating every cell. Watch the illusion of fear dissolving in internal light. Remember that the authentic struggle on Earth occurs not between nation and nation, but between fear and love within each human heart. Love inevitably triumphs, constituting your essential nature, undefeatable by any force. True power exists as vibrational rather than physical force, subtle yet vastly more potent than any military or weapon. The greatest authority anyone wields comes through alignment with the creative source of all existence, the divine Logos, the Christ light dwelling as a spark within your heart. When thoughts, emotions, and will harmonize with this internal light, you become a conduit for infinite love to operate through you. In this aligned state, your presence alone brings calm to chaos and healing to suffering without requiring words. A single soul firmly rooted in divine truth can influence countless others, as high frequency naturally entrains lower energies into coherent patterns. This process represents the authentic healing of communities and diffusion of conflicts through the radiant contagion of elevated vibration. Never believe power resides in titles, governments, or force. All external structures eventually disintegrate, while unconditional love and truth remain eternal and unassailable. As you reclaim internal sovereignty, mastering your mind and emotions, step into authentic power. from centered peace, engage with world events effectively yet gently through the silent influences of an energy field, shifting situations toward harmony without struggle. When sufficient individuals maintain this resonance, the fabric of collective reality transforms. Stand firmly in vibrational truth, despite threatening appearances on screens. Cultivate increased inner stillness and steadiness. In that interior, quiet, divine logos speaks, shaping new reality through your consciousness. By maintaining this frequency, serve as living foundation for new earth consciousness. No external turmoil can destabilize what builds upon the foundation of divine love. As antiquated reality structures crumble, even long-established spiritual institutions undergo transformation. One clear indication involves the metaphorical end of centralized religious authority, marking the conclusion of an era. For centuries, spiritual power concentrated among select figures and institutions, with populations taught to seek divine connection through external intermediaries. Now an energetic release ripples through collective consciousness. The old guard of religious control dissolves on unseen levels, as light floods previously veiled spaces of secrecy and hierarchy. This moment holds profound significance, heralding the collapse of outdated spiritual power paradigms and the emergence of individual divine sovereignty. The truth that each person constitutes their direct bridge to divine consciousness blossoms within human awareness. Celebrate this clearing as liberation. As structures of spiritual dominance fall, authentic communion between individual souls and Source grows increasingly powerful. This represents an essential aspect of humanity's awakening, the conclusion of an extended chapter and commencement of a new era where sacredness resides within each being, unrestricted. Remember that within this vibrational universe, collective energy directly influences outcomes. Every thought and emotion contributed by humanity feeds into the etheric field surrounding Earth, establishing the blueprint for physical manifestation. When large populations unify in fear, dwelling on worst possibilities, and harboring hatred, they generate dense energetic fields, attracting negative timelines through resonance. Conversely, when lightworkers and awakened souls gather in love, prayer, or meditation, they create high-frequency waves dispersing and elevating those dense fear clouds. We have witnessed pivotal moments when focused groups holding peace in their hearts prevented violence and redirected situations toward harmony. Such immense co-creative power exists within you. Earth's energy grids respond immediately to projected vibrations. Each compassionate thought, each peace prayer, each healing light visualization functions as a vote for positive timely manifestation. When noticing collective fear intensifying, perhaps during geopolitical tensions, recognize your opportunity to become a beacon. Refuse to be swept into surrounding panic. Instead, pause and deliberately align with love and tranquility. Join with others physically or spiritually at heart level to amplify this intention. Envision the planet bathed in golden light, Earth's grids gleaming with peace. This represents not idle imagination, but precise energy work creating genuine difference. By generating coherent fields of hope and compassion, directly counterbalance chaos. As more individuals maintain elevated vibration, the scales tip. When love outweighs fear in the planetary field, peaceful outcomes inevitably manifest, as physical reality mirrors the dominant frequency it receives. Thus claim your role as conscious, creator of Earth's future, not through battling darkness, but through powerfully radiating light. All these global dramas unfold within the context of greater cosmic events. Many have encountered references to an approaching solar flash, a powerful light burst from your sun destined to quantum leap Earth's frequency. We confirm this solar infusion as reality and imminent. Already intensified solar and cosmic energies stream into your planet, functioning as spiritual solvent, flushing out darkness and density. As this light increases, it agitates all hidden shadows and unresolved energies within collective consciousness. Long-buried conflicts, deceptions, and divisive patterns surface for acknowledgement and healing. This explains the apparent increase in global chaos and intensity, the turbulence of purification. The escalating international tensions and other crises represent aspects of this healing crisis. Eruptions of outdated three-dimensional energies, fear, mistrust, competition, requiring clearance before new dawn arrives. Just as fever eliminates infection from physical systems, current conflicts and institutional collapses burn away deep-seated fear and separation infections from humanity's energy field. When the solar flash finally arrives, it will immerse Earth in high-frequency illumination, a form of divine fire transforming all aligned with love, while exposing or dissolving all that isn't. Those with pure hearts will welcome this as liberation. This event culminates a grand plan for Earth's ascension, the moment when she sheds the final remnants of outdated consciousness and rises phoenix-like in rebirth. Nothing occurring now represents random catastrophe, but necessary purification preparing for this moment. The solar flash signals not conclusion, but profound beginning. The dawn of long-prophesied era when Earth assumes her position as radiant awakened world. You, who chose incarnation during this period, serve both as witnesses to great rebirth and co-creators within it. Maintain faith and courage, recognizing that present intense purification prepares the way for tomorrow's glorious light. Amidst these immense changes, understand that ascension constitutes primarily an internal journey alongside collective process. While global events establish context, true ascension involves each soul's return to complete awareness of its divine multidimensional nature. It represents not sudden external rescue, but gradual shedding of false ego layers, allowing authentic self to emerge. This requires profound surrender, releasing attachments to fear, control, and separation, while trustfully entering the unknown light of spirit. It means death and rebirth within consciousness. Limited identity dissolves like caterpillar surrendering to cocoon, allowing the radiant butterfly of higher presence to emerge. Every challenge now encountered offers opportunity for internal alchemy. When witnessing nations in conflict, ask where you still harbor conflict or judgment internally. When seeing secrets and shadows exposed in society, consider what hidden fears or untruths you might lovingly bring to light within yourself. By using external events as mirrors for internal work, dismantle ego's influence incrementally. The ego fears its dissolution just as old power structures fear control loss. But beyond that fear lies expansive freedom of authentic being. As you release limited self-concept, discover your true nature, eternal soul connected to all existence. Each forgiveness act, each choice to trust higher design furthers this rebirth. As your vibration elevates, you uplift human collective consciousness. Every personal love victory contributes to light's ultimate triumph in the external world. This process births new reality, one awakened heart at a time, until reaching tipping point enabling collective humanity's ascension. As reality shifts around you, remember your presence during this time follows grand design. Many experience weariness and long to return to higher realm origins, but now demands deeper anchoring rather than withdrawal. You arrived from stellar realms precisely because you carry new dawn frequencies and maintain them amid outdated patterns. You function as living bridges between fifth-dimensional reality and third-dimensional dissolution, facing external upheaval, whether conflict threats, social instability, or familiar system collapse. Remain as stability pillars, maintaining calm and hope. Earthly presence doesn't require suffering acceptance, but means maintaining physical form while expanding consciousness to encompass higher reality. This action holds the field stable during global transformation. Wherever you find yourself, know your soul intentionally placed you in that location to serve as beacon in that specific area. Trust that your greatest safety lies in the sacred space created through elevated consciousness. Ground yourself in current location, envisioning energetic roots extending from feet into Earth's core, and light branches reaching from crown into celestial realms. Become a conduit between heaven and earth through which balancing energy flows into surroundings. Your subtle work creates immense impact, stabilizing collective field simply by maintaining peace and love. Though occasionally feeling isolated,
From our perspective,
you shine as brilliant stars scattered across the planet, preventing darkness from fully dominating. Maintain position trustfully, never truly alone. Your galactic family stands beside you in spirit. Together, your lights form protective lattice around Earth, holding her steady and strengthening daily through your commitment. By fulfilling this role, you live highest purpose, assisting Earth through transformation into New Age dawn. We offer you a final gift, a cascade of divine light codes activating the light body within you for the mission ahead. These words carry more than concepts. Woven between them flows energetic blessing from our hearts directly to yours. Breathe deeply, and while exhaling, receive this crystalline light infusion. Envision a luminous sphere of starborn light descending around you, enveloping your being in gentle radiance. Within this sphere, sacred geometric codes and colors dance into your energy field. Feel high-frequency light penetrating every cell, awakening dormant DNA strands and igniting divine blueprint within. You may experience heart warmth, physical tingling, or emotional waves as old blockages dissolve. Simply breathe and allow activation to proceed naturally. These light codes continue integration over coming days, catalyzing increased clarity, intuition, and strength. Support this process through rest, hydration, and nature connection, trusting that light inherently knows its purpose. We already perceive your aura brightening, your soul's brilliance emerging prominently. With this activation, we honor you as New Earth Beacon. You carry dawn's lantern illuminating others' paths. Never doubt that we, your galactic family and the councils of light, accompany every step of your journey just beyond the veil. In heart's quietude, feel our presence and encouragement. Step forward with courage and shine unreservedly, knowing light's victory on Earth stands assured. Proceed with conviction, embodying the living light of your true nature. Eternal blessings in the unity of universal light.